Hello students, good morning. Welcome to online teaching program Shiksha Sanjog Nuapada. Students, we have already discussed the first and second paragraph as one SGP of the prose piece The Missile Men of India. Today we shall deal with the third and fourth paragraph as next SGP. So students, read the paragraph third and fourth silently. We learn some difficult words which are in the paragraph. Elementary education, primary education, affectionate, caring, loving, inspire, prerna, refuse, to deny, to say no, serve, to give, food, attitude, behavior, desire, strong wish. So students, these are some of the words in your third paragraph, and I have given some meaning also. You will also look at your notes and glossary as well. I read the paragraph. Kalam started his elementary education at Ramnathpuram. He had a science teacher named Shiva Subramania Iyer, who was very loving and affectionate. He always inspired Kalam to develop his skills so that he could compete with highly educated people in big cities. Once he invited the boy home for a meal, which his wife disliked and refused to serve a Muslim child like him. His teacher himself served Kalam while she watched them eat from behind the kitchen door, but his behavior, way of taking the meal and cleaning the floor changed her attitude. When the teacher invited Kalam for the second time, his wife welcomed him and served him food herself. So students, this is the third paragraph we shall discuss now. For this, I will have to make a sun diagram for you. Sun diagram for you. I will read the third paragraph. And what is the third paragraph about? The third paragraph is about the elementary education of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. So students, now we have to deal with it. First, Ramnathpuram. Elementary education of Dr. Kalam. Next point, science teacher. Next point, inspiration of science teacher. Next, invitation of science teacher. Next, reaction of Mrs. Iyer. Next, change attitude of Mrs. Iyer. Next, behavior of Mrs. Iyer. So students, these are some of the points. I make a sun diagram, and the first paragraph is about the elementary education of Dr. Kalam. The first point is Ramnathpuram. So you will look at the sun diagram. First, Ramnathpuram. So what will happen? Ramnathpuram, he started his elementary education at Ramnathpuram. Who started his elementary education? Dr. Kalam. Dr. Kalam started his elementary education or primary education at Ramnathpuram in the state of Tamil Nadu. Then we come to the second point, science teacher. Who was his science teacher and how was he? Dr. Shiva Subramanya Iyer was his science teacher, and she was very caring, loving and affectionate. So students, Dr. Shiva Subramanya Iyer was the science teacher of Dr. Kalam. He was very loving and affectionate. He was very loving and affectionate. We have completed 2 points. Next we come to the third point, invitation of his science teacher. Once his science teacher, Dr. Shiva Subramanya Iyer, invited Kalam to his home for a meal. His teacher invited Kalam for a meal. Next point, reaction of his Mrs. Iyer. When Dr. Kalam was invited by his teacher and went to his home, at that time his Mrs. disliked and refused to serve food to Kalam. So this is the reaction of Mrs. Iyer. Mrs. Iyer disliked and refused to serve food. Such a Muslim child like Kalam. So students, next we come to your sun diagram number 5th point. Changed attitude of Mrs. Iyer. Changed attitude of Mrs. Iyer. When Mrs. Iyer disliked and refused to serve food such a Muslim child like Kalam, then his behavior, whose behavior? Kalam's behavior. Kalam's behavior the way of taking meal, cleaning the floor, changed the attitude of Mrs. Iyer. So students, we come to the next. Change attitude of Mrs. Iyer. Change attitude of Mrs. Iyer. She was washing when Dr. Kalam and his teacher were taking meal. At the time she was washing at the kitchen door. And Dr. Kalam's behavior, the way of taking meal and cleaning the floor, changed Mrs. Iyer. Changed her attitude. Next, behavior of Mrs. Iyer later. What happened later? When his teacher, Dr. Subramaniam Iyer, Dr. Iyer invited Dr. Kalam for the second time. Mrs. Iyer welcomed him and served food him herself. So students, by drawing a sun diagram and taking some points, I write a paragraph. This is the first paragraph. Dr. Kalam started his primary education at Ramnathpuram. Dr. Shiva Subramaniam Iyer was the science teacher of Dr. Kalam started his primary education at Ramnathpuram. Dr. Kalam Ramnathpuram रे तांकर प्राथमिक शिक्षा आरंभ करिथिले. रामनाथपुरम जहाँकि तामिलनाडु रे अवस्थित एक सहर. Dr. Shiva Subramania Iyer was the science teacher of Dr. Kalam. Dr. Kalam कर विज्ञान शिक्षक थिले शिव सुब्रमण्यम आयर. आउ से थरे कौन कले? He was very loving and affectionate. से अति स्नेही थिले. his teacher invited Kalam for a meal. तांको शिक्षक बा डॉक्टर सुब्रमण्यम आयर तांको दिने कौन कले खाइबा पाई डाकिले गोटे मिल खाद्य खाइबा पाई से डाकिथिले आ डॉक्टर कलाम तांको घर को जाइथिले. Mrs. Iyer disliked and refused to serve food such a Muslim child like him. तांको परि जणे मुस्लिम धर्मर बालक को घर को डाकिबा तांको स्त्री पसंद कले ना. ही डिसलाइक्ड एंड रिफ्यूज्ड एवं मना कर देले तांको खाद्य बाढ़ीबा पाई. सो डॉक्टर सुब्रमण्यम आयर हिमसेल्फ सर्व फूड टू कलाम. से निजे तांको खाद्य बाढ़ी देले. व्हेन दे आर टेकिंग देयर मील से माने दी जण जेते बेले खाउथिले सेही समय मिसेस एयर वाज वाशिंग on the kitchen door. रोषेई घर द्वार निकटरे रही से मानकर खाइबाटा देखुथिले. The behavior, Kalam's behavior, the way of taking meal, cleaning the floor changed the attitude of Mrs. Iyer when his teacher Dr. Iyer invited Kalam for the second time. So जेतेबेले से माने खाउथिले कालाम कर सुंदर भाव रे खाइबा तांकर व्यवहार एवं खाई सारला परे ताको किपरि से सफा कर देले ए सब जिनिस देखिए तांकर मन परिवर्तन हे गला. मिस्टर आयर जेतेबेले द्वितीय थर पाई तांको डाकिले सही समय मिसेस आयर निजे डॉक्टर कलाम को स्वागत कले तांको पाई खाद्य बाढ़ी देले निजे निज हाथ रे. सो स्टूडेंट, दिस इज फर्स्ट पैराग्राफ about his primary education of Dr. Kalam. So you know first paragraph, then we come to the second paragraph. Hello students, we next come to the fourth paragraph. So we have a sun diagram about the fourth paragraph. The fourth paragraph is about his secondary education, Kalam's secondary education, and his higher education. How there are so many points. How Kalam is completed his secondary education. What type of student was he? Then where he was graduated, his graduation subject, Madras Institution of Technology, help of his sister Zahra. These are some of the points. Here notes and glossary. Graduated, got the first degree from a university, prestigious, respected, expensive, व्ययबहुल, compassionate, be kind-hearted, and mortgage bond. So next we will discuss one after another point in our sun diagram. The first point is completed his secondary education. Dr. Kalam completed his secondary education at the Stuart's Higher Secondary School. Next we come to the Kalam as an average student. So Dr. Kalam was an average but a strong and hard-working student. Hard-working student. He had a strong desire to learn. Next, we come to the next point, that is his graduation. He was graduated from St. Joseph's College. He was graduated from St. Joseph's College at Tiruchirappalli. Chirapalli in the state of Tamil Nadu. He was graduated. What was his graduation subject? His graduation subject was physics. He was graduated in physics. Then we come to the next point. When his graduation completed, he has a strong, I have already told you, he had a strong desire to learn. So he applied for, to study aerospace engineering, and he was selected in an expensive, prestigious institution, that is Madras Institute of Technology. So he studied aerospace engineering at Madras Institute of Technology. Then we come to the next point, help of Asim Jehra. When he was selected at the Madras Institute of Technology, at the time he was in a hard time. He had no money to study. At the time, his elder sister Asim Johra came to help him, and Asim Johra, his elder sister, came to help Dr. Kalam. How did he help Dr. Kalam? How did she help Dr. Kalam? She helped Dr. Kalam for the course fee of the institute by mortgaging her gold ornaments. Asim Johra helped Dr. Kalam for his course fee by mortgaging her gold ornaments. In this way, Dr. Kalam had completed his aerospace engineering in the year 1960. Dr. Kalam completed his aerospace engineering in the year 1916. So students, this is about the fourth paragraph. We have a total paragraph. So students, I will deal with you in Odia. Dr. Kalam completed his secondary education at Stuart's Higher Secondary School. Stuart's Higher Secondary School रे तांकर माध्यमिक शिक्षा से परिसमाप्त करथिले. Dr. Kalam was an average student. से एवरेज स्टूडेंट थिले. तांको पाठ कम आसुथिला किंतु ए स्ट्रांग एंड हार्ड वर्किंग. से अति कठिन परिश्रमी अध्यवसाय जने छात्र थिले. He was graduated from St. Joseph's College at Tiruchirappalli. तिरुचिरापल्ली रे से तांकर बीए कंप्लीट करथिले. ग्रेजुएशन डिग्री कोर्स कंप्लीट करथिले. तापरे को सब्जेक्ट रे से करथिले. से को सब्जेक्ट रे करथिले ना फिजिक्स रे करथिले. पदार्थ विज्ञान रे से ग्रेजुएशन कंप्लीट करथिले. आउ तापरे तांकर पढ़िबार प्रबल इच्छा थिला. तेणु से एरोस्पेस इंजीनियरिंग. आउ गोटे कथा से हिज ड्रीम इन लाइफ वाज टू बी ए पायलट. So students, he was graduated in physics. His dream in life was to be a pilot. से जने पायलट हेबा पई इच्छा प्रकाश करथिले. आ प्रगाढ़ तांकर पाठ पढ़िबार निशा थिला. तेणु से एरोस्पेस इंजीनियरिंग करबा पई चेष्टा कले. किंतु एपरी एक व्ययबहुल अनुष्ठान रे पढ़िबा पई तांको पाखरी पैसा नथिला. तेणु से एही समय रे तांकर बड़ भौणी असीम जोहरा तांको सहाय्य करथिले. डॉक्टर कलाम फॉर हिज कोर्स फी बाय मॉर्गेजिंग हर गोल्ड ऑर्नामेंट्स. निजर सोना को गहना करी बंधक रखी निज भाई को से पाठ पढ़ाई असीम जोहरा. यही परि भाव इन दिस वे डॉक्टर कलाम कंप्लीटेड हिज एरोस्पेस इंजीनियरिंग इन द ईयर 1960. यही परि भाव से 1960 मसीह निजर शिक्षा समाप्ति करथिले. पिला माने एटा थिला. दिस इज ऑल अबाउट योर फोर्थ पैराग्राफ. So students, we have already discussed about the third and fourth paragraph of the topic the missile men of India. I have pick out some 5 verbs from para third and make sentences. For example, started. I started my primary education at Kharia. Inspired. My elders inspired me to do well for the society. Invited. I invited my friend for dinner. Served. My mother served food for me. Was. I was TV show. Likewise, I pick out some words. Bright and hard working, prestigious, expensive and strong. He is a bright student. Mr. Das is a hard working. Mr. Sahu is a prestigious person. I have an expensive car. He is a strong boy. Students, this is all about the SGP 2 of the topic the missile men of India. I have made a PDF file and have some question. Please go through the video again and again. Read it, remember it, enjoy it, and do your homework in the PDF file. Thank you students. Have a nice day.